I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Congressman Joe Courtney addressed the Uvalde school shooting during a House Education and Labor Committee hearing last week. The Connecticut Democrat recalled that in the wake of the Sandy Hook school shooting, lawmakers came together in a bipartisan fashion. Courtney shared his hope that after this latest Texas school shooting, lawmakers will come together and say, quote, enough is enough. Here's more from Courtney's questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I apologize for my voice, Mr. Secretary. The pollen count in Connecticut is very high today. So first of all, I want to thank you for your opening remarks. You and I and Congresswoman Hayes live in a state that in 2012 lived through a horrible precedent with Sandy Hook. But I do think, your call for action, there is, I think, an example what happened in 2013 in the wake, where we passed a comprehensive package of gun violence prevention, universal background checks, prospective ban on assault weapons, red flag statutes, and banning of bump stocks, and also de-weaponizing domestic violence situations. That was done on a bipartisan basis, and it showed that when people tried to absorb what happened there, they did say enough is enough, and it's time to roll up our sleeves and get serious. And hopefully, we'll see that happen in the wake of Uvalde. On page 2 of your testimony, Mr. Secretary, you pointed out that the timing of the budget created a little bit of a snafu in terms of some of the funding level requests. And I'd like to focus on 2 of those really quickly. One is on the career and technical education state grants, which again, you and I visited Grasso Tech in Groton last January and saw the welding program, but also some of the other great CT&E programs that were going on there. You're a graduate. The FY22 budget gave a very healthy increase to the state grants, and the budget that came over from the administration actually is below the enacted level from FY22. And the same is true of Impact Aid, which provides support for host military communities with children whose parents serve in the military service. And I was wondering, if you just clarify that the department actually will work with us to sort of recover from again, the issue that was caused by the delay.
Certainly, and I share your passion for career technical education and what promise it provides. I remember visiting Groton with you and seeing that center where not only our high school students, but the adults that wanted to go in and learn a skill and have access to a higher paying job was made available to that. And so that and Impact Aid, and I appreciate your advocacy for the important Impact Aid that's there. What ended up happening and why the proposals were low is because we're thankful for the omnibus package and the funding there. But our FY23 proposal was due before the omnibus was done. So we sent in a proposal using 21 numbers, and the 22 package came out after our proposals came in. So we totally support the funding for that. In fact, we really believe a big part of the work moving forward at the Department of Education is to really engage in career-connected high schools and making sure that the through lines between our high schools, our 2-year schools, and our workforce partners, our 4-year schools, is tighter across the country. There's so much potential there. And I know you support that, as do we at the Department of Education. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak on that.
I appreciate it. Regarding PSLF, again, I would just remind my colleagues that was a bipartisan bill that was passed in 2007. It is targeted. It's targeted to people who wear the uniform of our country: teachers, cops, firemen, firefighters, people in the nonprofit sector. The prior administration was granting less than, I think, 3% of PSLF applications, and you have been untangling that wretched state of affairs. And I would just want to thank you because your department joined my office for a webinar to sort of walk through the waiver program in terms of just how people can connect to it. It has gotten rave reviews. I encourage my colleagues to take advantage of your staff who do a great job of breaking it down in simple terms And again, is that going to be part of your effort to, again, increase people's awareness of this opportunity?
Absolutely. You know, when Congresswoman Fox said that the system was broken, it is broken. We came in and inherited a system for teachers, nurses, all these people we should be thanking during the pandemic. 98% of them were denied. We're really proud of the work we've done in 1 year to provide 127,000 borrowers loan relief. These are the teachers, the nurses, those who are public servants. So yes, we're going to continue to move forward on this. As you said, it was a bipartisan bill. It wasn't being implemented well, and we're fixing that, and we're proud of that.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you.